This is Mr. Clunk. I just want to briefly summarize what you're going to be working on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday while I'm going. This is going to flow into later on this week and into next week. Your objective is to create a learning guide covering lesson 2.3, the structures, powers, and functions of Congress. We've already dived into this to an extent, but I have the learning objectives and essential knowledges provided for this lesson. And then I have the assignment, Congress Learning Guide. You can look through this, but what I want you guys to do is make a learning guide to present this information, this content, to someone that would not have much knowledge about it. Someone that has maybe just like a foundational knowledge level about it, or someone that doesn't know anything about Congress at all. There's 5 primary content areas that you need to cover: the qualifications of Congress, powers of Congress, roles and responsibilities of members of Congress, the legislative process itself, and the budget allocation process. There's 3 primary requirements for each content area that you need to provide, and like additional explanation of requirements that I want and expect from you. You are creating a class, a whole group, a whole class guide. You're working together as a group of 9 to make something that teaches these concepts to an average beginner learner. I have some suggestions off the bat, and we can talk more about that when I get back. It could be like an online magazine or an online newspaper. It could be a podcast where you do a series of podcast episodes explaining these concepts. It could be a video docuseries, some kind of online interactive, and then we can talk about additional opportunities. What I want you to work on days 1 through 3 is mainly just informing yourself and filling in the gaps for yourself of what these what the content areas are, and the specific knowledge required. I will provide I have provided resources for you to achieve this objective. Into day 3, you should start talking about how you want to collectively plan this project assignment. Let me go back to the lesson. Resources are all the stuff under the blue, highlighted blue here. You're going to use this interactive, online interactive from the University of Indiana to research how a member decides to vote, how the federal budget allocation process works. I have a couple other additional links that goes over discretionary and mandatory spending and pork barrel and log rolling. There's an additional interactive title called The Many Roles of Members of Congress on that University of Indiana or Indiana University website. The legislative process you can find at this link from congress.gov. In addition, I want you to kind of just read over like what the various committees in the Senate and House are. Read a little bit about the current Senate leadership and the House leadership and what their roles and functions are. I have provided a 10-minute video excerpt of a committee markup, because committee markups are one of the most influential time periods in the legislative process in influencing a piece of legislation. I have a list of excerpts from American Polity, the reader from Lanahan that we have in this course. It's 5 different excerpts, and it might sound like a lot, but it's really not that many page numbers. I would highly suggest you read through them over the course of the next 3 days. And then finally, there's a Google Slides presentation on the expressed and implied powers of Congress, which you should read over. And then non-legislative powers, I have 2 video clips on a very recent, last week, House Judiciary Committee hearing on gun violence. This is the House Judiciary Committee exercising their power of investigative role as a committee in Congress, and these two clips kind of showcase how the process works, but also it's kind of riveting viewing because of how kind of heated it gets. If you have any questions, email me anytime Monday through Wednesday. I will possibly give you updates through Schoology, through email. The reading requirement is not due till next Friday, not this coming Friday, but the following. So you have 2 weeks to read the second half of chapter 6. Let me know if you have any questions. I love you all. Have a good rest of your day.